right, it's Monday, day 21 for me. You know what I'm saying? Road to profitability. It's gonna take a minute, but I enjoy the patience. For today, I don't think there's news. There's news, yellow folder, don't care. Basically, there's no news. No news. Coming into the market with no expectation, but to see something happen. If nothing happens, I'm going to leave pretty much. Not to practicing on the weekends. I plan on using one of the plays I usually take somewhat, not gonna lie. Actually testing with this one right here, decent amount. Ignore this one. I still gotta learn a little bit of that. Most likely, I feel like I'm gonna change the time frame for that one because the purges usually work more for me on a 5. Thinking about going to the 15 for these, but we'll see. And this is some of the journal. I gotta update some things. These are, the trades for the account. I'm doing pretty decent. Not really, just the beginning. Listed all the trades I took from the accounts, label them what I seen, the confluences I used somewhat. But labeling down, what I seen, how I took them, the ratios, the percentage. Only thing I can do is just get better from here, And these were the tests. It wasn't really working out. It wasn't really hitting for me. I'm not gonna lie. I started to understand that certain time frames don't work at all. You cannot force it onto something. All right, so it's 9:40 now, and seeing how the market looks like this, I think I'm gonna talk about the new things I implemented into my plays. It's nothing too significantly crazy. So for me, I usually look for, rejections out of fair value gaps to fill another one. But, they started to, someone not work, but work at the same time. And I wanted more conviction with trades. So I wanted to find something that would work better. So I found out about the overlapping shelves. Fair value gap purges happen too. So I implemented fair value gap purges. So you have the overlapping shelf right here. You can use the macro or the micro. Use the macro before reversal up to the top of here. But this was the test, so I can't really, This one had a little more conviction because it rejected from a fair value gap. I think that's called something, but I'm gonna just look that up, just research it. I found a better example. So for this one, I seen that it broke above after doing this chop. After I seen this fair value gap, I waited for it to be filled, drop down. The very lowest point is where I start the stop loss all the way up. The entry is the breakout of the fair value gap that was just filled. So I entered off of that, seen targets. I target the very high that it made. So that's pretty much the play I'm going to be usually going for. The purges. This would have been a trade idea right here, to be honest. Right here, we had a micro fair value gap. I was waiting for this fair value gap to be formed, but even mitigated the idea. You know what I mean? Like deleted the idea for mine. One thing I'm learning for the plays is that one rule that I always have will be taken is that if the first tap into the fair value gap doesn't put me into the trade, then it's mitigated and you don't use it no more. You delete the whole idea. For an example of what I was trying to say last time. Okay, so you got your overlapping shelf, 5-minute fair value gap. The first ever initial push into this fair value gap never interacted with it. So for those, I usually say fuck the trade and just let it play out and see what happens. So of course, I didn't even think this was it, but this could be an example how I rejected and just flipped. For me, I think I'm gonna end it here. I'm getting more used to not wanting to stay for that long. But I usually stay until only 11:30 anyways. But I think that's it. And it's no real plays for me that I want to take. The market's still moving. I don't really care. For the back testing, I think I'm just gonna back test for a little more months. I'm gonna start using fair value gap purge more. See if I do 3 more months, 4 more months in the back testing. See if it actually works. See for the shelves, I'm gonna just work on those a little bit more. So I think I'm try the 15 or the 30 minute. Thank you for watching the video. Yeah, take care.